So I asked you all what your favorite Indian breakfast is, and I'm not surprised, but the most popular answer was dosa. And if you never had it before, dosa is a thin crepe that's made out of a fermented batter with rice and lentil. But that's really just the most simple version, because from there truly are just endless variations. You can make different types of batter. Take a watery, unfermented batter with rice flour and you have rava dosa. Or take a fermented batter made only with lentil and you'll have pesarattu. Dosa also comes in all different shapes and sizes, from thin, paper dosa to soft, spongy set dosa. And then there are all the fillings and toppings. You can add a spicy potato filling and you'll have masala dosa. Or you can top the dosa with a spicy chutney and you'll have my favorite, karam dosa. And then there's onion dosa, onion chili dosa, paneer dosa, ghee dosa, egg dosa. Hey, if you want, you can even make Nutella dosa. And I really think that's why dosa has become such a beloved breakfast all across India. And not only in India, dosa has become increasingly popular all across the world, even with these viral dosa food trucks popping up in New York City. And so in this video, I wanted to share my simple dosa recipe that you can make right here at home. Here's what you'll need. And in case some of these ingredients are hard to find, I'll leave the Amazon links down below in the description. So first you'll need 2 cups of a non-sticky rice. I'm using basmati rice. You also need 1 cup of urad dal, which is a type of lentil used to make dosa. You'll also need 1 teaspoon of methi seeds, which will help with fermentation, 1 teaspoon of salt, and enough water to soak and blend all of these ingredients together. And I should note that everyone's dosa batter proportions will vary slightly, but this is just what my mom likes to use. So first step in making dosa is making the batter. And you should do all these steps around 2 days before you actually want to eat the dosa, because the batter will take time to ferment. So start by pouring all your ingredients into a bowl and soaking with plenty of water. And let this soak overnight or for at least 6 hours. And now the ingredients have softened up, and I can tell because I can break these rice grains with my fingers. And so we can now blend them all together. Start by adding just enough water to top the mixture in your blender. And as you blend, pause every 15 seconds or so to check the texture of your batter. Here, you can see the batter is still too chunky, so let's keep going. Okay, this is getting closer. And this is perfect. When I rub the batter between my fingers, the batter is still smooth, but it still has a tiny bit of grit, kind of like the texture of fine sand. And all of this took about a minute to blend in total, but this will all just depend on the power of your blender. Now let's pour that batter into a large bowl. And as you can see, it kind of has a thick, but still pourable consistency. Now let's cover and let this sit at room temperature to ferment. If you're in a warmer climate, fermentation will happen faster, maybe in 6 or 8 hours. But it's still pretty cold here in New York, so even after 12 hours, the batter wasn't ready. After 18 hours, you can definitely see now the batter is fermented and overflowing. It looks foamy and airy on top, which means that it's ready. And from here, you can either make dosa right away, or if you want to wait, you can just put this batter in the fridge to prevent further fermentation. Use a flat skillet, either a nonstick pan or a cast iron for those of you feeling a little more adventurous. And heat the pan to medium heat, then using half an onion, coat the pan like this. Why an onion, you ask? Because flavor. So take a large spoonful of batter and pour that into the center of the pan. And we kind of want to work quickly here, so with some light pressure, use the back of your spoon to spread the batter in a circular motion from the center of the pan going outwards. The thinner you spread the dosa, the crispier it'll be. And we are not going for perfection here, so don't worry if your dosa isn't perfectly round. I know mine definitely is not. And as this cooks, drip some oil around the dosa and then swirl that oil to get to all the edges of the dosa. The oil will do 2 things. It'll help the dosa not stick, and it'll also add some crispiness. Once the thinner portions start to look brown from the top, you can flip. Now let the other side cook for maybe just 20 to 30 seconds and then take it off the heat. Before the next dosa, use an onion once more, or if you really don't believe me with the onion, you can use a damp paper towel to wipe away the crispy bits of the pan. Now, just repeat this process to your heart's content until you have enough dosas. I usually like to have around 3 per serving. Okay, here is our beautiful dosa. It's crispy on the outside but still soft on the inside. Today I'm pairing this with my favorite peanut chutney. I'll leave the recipe for this in the description, but let me know if you want to see a dedicated chutney episode. And besides chutney, dosa goes really well with chicken curry, with a tangy egg curry, and of course, the classic South Indian sambar. Now, I'm curious, what is your favorite flavor of dosa? And what are your other favorite Indian breakfasts besides dosa? Or even just any breakfast for that matter. And also, speaking of breakfast, what do you like to have to start your day? Do you like to have something quick and on the go, or something more sit down and indulgent? Let me know, and also just let me know if there's any other tips that I missed on how to make the perfect dosa down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Bye! Ooh, I need a haircut.